Hi, it's Victor, and I've been thinking a lot about the first project that I want to undertake, and I have decided, and I've gotten set up. Now, let me start out by saying that I'm a little bit embarrassed to be standing here with what looks like to be a lectern. But I got my bank of monitors in front of me and all of my reference books by me and my computer and my mouse, and there's really not much I could do if I'm going to present this to you in a manner that you won't go, this sucks, and just tune out. But anyways, throughout my life now, this is not a Bible thumping thing that I'm going to do here. Okay, this is an exploration. Okay, yes, I've been a Christian my entire life, but yes, I've had questions about the books that have been included in the canon my whole life. And most of the time, the pastors would say something like, well, we gave them a look and there was something that just didn't jive with them, so we agreed with the Catholic Church. And, you know, maybe the Catholic Church had the right idea on a couple of them, but the one that I'm going to single out, I would have to, and I'm not going to say that it's just the Catholic Church, okay? We'll go all the way back and call it the Holy Roman Empire and Constantine, when they set out, it was 381 at the Council of Nicaea, and they decided on which 66 books would be included in the Bible. Well, they included these 66, but what they didn't realize is that one of the books that they excluded had been referenced in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other books in the Bible. So where is that missing book, and what is that missing book called? And why is the Christian church at large suppressing the fact that this book was out there? Well, to its defense, it was only discovered in Ethiopia several decades ago. Off the top of my head, I don't know the date, but if you look and you Google the Book of Enoch, it was thought not to exist. And then they found it in an Ethiopian monastery temple thing way up on the cliff, how they do it in Ethiopia. And it was a shock. It sent shock waves through the Christian church, and then suddenly it went silent. But after its discovery, this whole bandwagon, led basically by Zecharia Sitchin, Carl Sagan was in there also. Just that whole, not the let's wear tie-dyes and smoke pot hippie, it's the let's grow our beard and get into astronomy and the Zen feel hippie. Those guys, they all got together and they started talking back and forth about the between themselves, and the Book of Enoch was definitely a major influence in what they were actually thinking of and having to do with. So the Lost Book of Enkai, I believe is called, by Zecharia Sitchin, is Zecharia Sitchin's response to the apocryphal books of the Bible, the second canon books of the Bible. All three different branches of the Christian church actually will say that the Book of Enoch is one thing or the other, and none of them are the same. And once again, I'm forgetting the third name, but okay, we have apocryphal. Okay, that's the books that the Catholic Church does include in their Bible. All right. And then you know what? I get that. I forget. You can do a little bit of research too. There's three different. Okay, there's apocryphal. Yeah, I feel stupid. Apocryphal, canon, and second canon. Thank you. Okay. Apocryphal canon and second canon. And the basically the Protestant sect will you know what I mean, will say that they're apocryphal. They're books that were supposed to be left out of the Bible due to divine guidance. All right, so they didn't really go. So God decided that, yeah, you get it. Okay, so then the Catholic Church comes around, and they're the ones who were canonizing the books and choosing the books that were going to be assembled together for all of the priests to actually use, and most of it was in Latin. None of the commoners knew what the word meant, or yes, none of the commoners could read the Bible. So what you ended up having happening is, well, if you're following along in the great big bloodline conspiracy of what's happening with Planet X and the Nephilim, then it becomes very clear almost immediately, and it is very scary. So what I actually, you know what though, it's kind of cool, because I actually do believe I'm living in the time, and I'm going to see it with my own eye, which is going to be awesome. So I really do. In an attempt to make as many of us out there ready to know what's going on, I'm going to do an investigation into the lost book of the Bible, the book of Enoch. And as I said, it has been mentioned 5 different times in the Bible, or Enoch himself has been mentioned 5 different times in the Bible, and it relates to different episodes in his life, and yet that book was not included in the canon. So, in not even my humble opinion, my outright accusation, this book was left out, and it's a travesty. We're going to go on an exploration of the book of Enoch. And after I read to you the first 5 instances, I gotta check my time. Okay, I've got 6.5 minutes left for this video. But let's run through the table of contents for the book of Enoch real quick. And as you can see, I have everything set up really slick here. I'm not trying to be like minister or anything, but I want to do this good so you guys are interested. So the book of Enoch starts out, there's 4 actual books in it, and book 1 is called The Watchers. And you get to go along with me on this exploration. I'm speaking from a standpoint of knowing nothing, but having a bunch of specific research tools that I'll explain as I go through. Here's my Greek index card set that I made myself, and on the back of each big card It'll have factual data about, like, this one here. This is lambda. And on the back side I have a bunch of text. I'm going to do an insert over here so you can see what I have. And if you shoot me a comment, I'm more than happy to help you get a set of these made out. They're completely college level. I made them myself. It has pertinent information. If you're real nice, I'll go as far as to actually send you the InDesign files so that you can modify them however you like to suit your need. But I've been teaching myself Greek. So, moving forward with 4 minutes left. As I said, there are 5 occurrences of Enoch in the Bible, and in this upcoming next video I'm going to be going through those. But just so that you know that I am not just approaching this with one version of the Bible, I have my old King James that I've always had since I was a kid. And then a friend of mine bought me an NIV version, and as it turns out, I really like that version. But just to really get down to knowing the truth of what I'm after, I got a book. Well, you're never gonna. I'll insert here also. It's called English Translations of the Bible, and just haphazardly opening it, I will read you one paragraph just to give you the kind of context of it. If it is often implied, if not stated in so many words, that Tyndale died for daring to give Englishmen a testament which they could understand, but there is no proof that churchmen of those days were as a body opposed to having the Bible circulated in English. Nor is there any truth in the widespread notion that Tyndale's version proved an eye-opener to the people of England. Yet a modern writer asserts that the contrast between Christianity as disclosed in the sacred literature and the version of Christianity which the medieval church presented was so extreme that not even the simplest reader could fail to see it. So, Tyndale's Bible is actually very famous, and it just happened to be a coincidence that I opened to his translation of the Bible. But this gives kind of like a critique, a synopsis of the mind frame and the just the process, the different receptions of the different translations of the English Bible, because I know that the very first accusation that people have is, well, that was, men translated that and it's been translated so many times. And I agree with that, which is why I'm actually taking the time to go through this. So this book, English Versions of the Bible, is only one, but it's by Reverend Hugh Pope. And from what I've seen, it's been a very analytical book so far. A very good friend of mine named Francine has recently gifted me several books, and this is one of the best ones, but she gave me a few that are just diamonds. So now moving forward a little bit more with that, I know I've shown you my cards and I promised I was going to do an insert.